Welcome my fellow VR nerds, this is Eyes on VR, where we talk all things Oculus Quest and a little bit of other VR news too. This is the Realism review series, and today we are eyes on the Glock 18. Okay, so here we are in a range in Gun Club VR. We're looking at the Glock 18 today. The Glock is a series of polymer-framed, normally semi-automatic pistols. Designed and produced in Austria by Glock, the firearm entered Austrian military and police service in 1982 after it was the top performer in the reliability and safety tests. Now today we're going to be looking at the Glock 18 specifically. Now whilst Glocks normally are semi-automatic, the Glock 18 is a selective fire variant of the Glock 17. It has a fire mode switch right here. That turns it into a machine pistol. This is the gun you see in films where people pull it out with this kind of magazine and start going absolutely crazy like this. Now this gun was developed at the request of the Austrian counter-terrorist unit, but also as a way to test Glock components under high-strain conditions. So the Glock 18 is normally presented with a 33-round extended magazine because of its machine pistol ability. Unlike all other Glocks, it is only offered to military, law enforcement, and government organizations. Glock has also produced the Glock 18C. The C is standing for compensated, and it was compensated against the barrel rise in the gun when it's on automatic fire. Now if you look here, all Glocks are striker fire point pistols. And what that means is that there's no hammer on the gun, like this 1911 here. In real life, that first shot with a hammer pistol requires a bit more pressure on the trigger to draw the hammer back initially to fire the first shot. Each subsequent shot, the hammer is already back after firing the shot. But with that second shot, people expect to have to use the pressure they did on the first to draw the hammer back, which they don't, which creates accuracy problems. And so having a strike fire point pistol eliminates that, as the pressure on the trigger is the same from the first shot to the last. So now I've learned a little bit about the Glock 18, let's look into the realism of this Glock. Model-wise, this is very accurate. From the fire switch location up here to the texture on the grip, everything seems accurate. They've clearly just 3D scanned a real Glock and put it into the game, and I can't think of a better way to do that, quite honestly. Now, if we have a look at the magazine, if we have a look at the empty magazine, we can see that there are no bullets in there. If we put a full magazine back in, fire off a couple of shots, there's still bullets in the magazine. Perfectly realistic. Now, if we empty a magazine, we can see that there's no bullet in the chamber and the hammer stays back just as it would in real life. Realism, that's definitely a tip. Now if we put a magazine in and load one into the chamber and take the magazine out, can we fire more than one shot? No, we cannot. Realism, that's a tick again. So it seems that firing, it all works correctly. Now let's have a look at some of the animations here. The slide on this barrel is absolutely brilliant, can't really complain about that. Now let's have a look at the animation for the bullet in the chamber. This looks completely accurate. It's even sliding up in the right direction and in the same motion as a real Glock would when loading a bullet in. Now when it comes to sound, I can say that it is definitely accurate. I've seen a lot of different videos on this gun and the sound is always the same, and it sounds exactly like it does in Gun Club VR. Not that I'm surprised. If the binary mill got an actual Glock to 3D scan to put it into the game so accurately, then it wouldn't surprise me that they were able to fire it, record the sound, and put it in the game as well. Now when it comes to handling, there's not much I can talk about there. I don't have a Glock 18 sat next to me, and I can't fire it off and then jump into Gun Club VR and do the same. But if anybody out there that sees this has done that, I would love for you to drop a comment down and let me know how the handling is compared to a Glock in real life and how it behaves. Because to see how well that transfers into a virtual environment is a real test of realism. There's not much left to look at here with the Glock 18. I have to say, it passes the realism test, absolutely. You can't fault it, you can't trick it. Absolutely well done to Gun Club VR. When they marketed this game with striking realism, they weren't kidding Well, that's it for the first episode of the Realism review series. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I know I had a lot of fun researching into these guns to give you some facts and characteristics of them in the real world. And I definitely am impressed with what I've seen so far. We looked at Gun Club VR today, and we'll probably take a look at quite a lot of other guns from there. But I will look at guns from other games as well. We won't just restrict ourselves to Gun Club VR. We'll see what other game creators out there have in terms of realism. So yeah. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and yeah, I look forward to making more episodes of the series. I guess I will catch you next time.
Stage clear.